Yeah, Silent Hill TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. Hey. L Boogie with the hot flame, ashtray full of top names, little tree for your membrane. This the 9-hour time frame. I just snatched up a 6-pack, got my hands on a lid pack, whipping up a little batch of snacks. Yeah, man, I think I'm all set. Late night, can't sleep, go ahead and just tap in. Better grab you a cold one, and we about to get some laps in. Wild card on the microphone, he'll hit you with a couple flurries. Y'all need to just strap in for some entertainment sports commentary. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What it do? What it do, folks? What it do? What it do? I know. Late start. Hey, Wednesdays. Just bear with me. It's going to be my late start. I got some other podcasts that I got going on Wednesday. So apologize on the late start. But like always, hey, I say I'm here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm going to be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So y'all know what it is. Your man, Wildcard Mark, in the building. Hey, appreciate y'all. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get down to the business because, hey, we got a lot to talk about, especially on the last show of the week. Hey, we always gonna try to make it a good one. So go ahead, get your popcorn ready, get your libations. I already got something rolled up. I'm gonna spark that in a second. Already got my drink over here. So let's get to it. Obviously, you see the headlines. We got to really talk about what the hell are the Milwaukee Bucks doing? How the mighty have fallen? How the hell did you go from a championship team in 2021? And then just slow decline. All right, just literally just falling apart right now. Absolutely falling apart. My man Bobby G's in the building. Shout out my bro. All right. Shout out Bobby G. He's in the building. We'll talk about that because I don't know what the hell what the Bucks are doing. All right. Also going to we're going to talk about did Paul George unlock the secret to these Achilles injuries. Obviously, I'll kind of talk about that, kind of hear what he had to say. And Kevin Garnett has some real, I think, some thought-provoking things that kind of, maybe we didn't look at it that way. But we'll talk about that as well. But I got to start right here. And look, for those who are not, who are new to the content, I've never been shy about talking about Caitlin Clark. I've always been loving her talent. I know what she is, but if you really watch basketball, she does have some flaws, and that's okay. But what's bothering me is that we're starting to get, at least for me, okay, I'm gonna speak for me. I'm starting to get just tired out already over the last 3 years on how the media, all right, let me preface it, how the media is talking about Caitlin Clark and is really biased, and it has some weird tones to it. It has some, hey, be happy, shut the fuck up, and just play basketball. It has that type of tone, all right? And I'm just gonna say this. I just think it's crazy because the talk around Caitlin Clark isn't basketball, the media-wise. And to Caitlin Clark's credit, she has always done her damnedest and, her opportunities to say, hey, it's not about all this other shit y'all talking about. Can we talk basketball? So to her credit, this is why this segment is not about Caitlin Clark and what she's saying and what she's doing. This is about how the media is really controlling how people talk about Caitlin Clark. For instance, all right, y'all know who this guy is, right? You know who this guy is. Yeah, Dave Portnoy, loudmouth. All right. Says some off the wall shit. Whatever, how you feel about him. But he's part of the media that I'm talking about that is starting this talk around Caitlin Clark that is not about basketball. It's about, hey, be happy with what she's doing for you and shut the hell up. And just kind of, and it's weird. The tones in it is crazy. Like listen to bro.
Okay, a couple hours away from Iowa, South Carolina, Caitlin Clark, Gabby Marshall, Hannah Stokey company taking on the undefeated South Carolina team. Going to be a huge game, great game, probably the most watched college basketball game women's of all time. The amount of hatred that Caitlin Clark is getting, not from like average people, average fans like myself who got captivated by her and the way she played.
Boom. All right. So I want people to really listen. People tell on themselves all the time. All right. So this guy is not an expert. Did you hear what he said? The average, the casual. He's a casual who's just captivated by, Nah, come on, Bobby G. We different media, baby. We different media. All right. We different media. Yeah, we different media, baby. He's out of, you just hear it again. Hear him again. I mean, they tell on themselves.
Clark is getting, not from like average people, average fans like myself who got captivated by her and the way she played and for 2 years have followed her journey and who has elevated women's hoop to a level nobody could ever imagine this quickly. I'm instead talking about former players, talking heads, race baiters. Jameel Hill, race baiter, says the only reason she's getting this coverage, she's white. Every UConn basketball player, Diana Taurasi.
You can make an argument for Paige.
I'm taking Paige. Next question.
So you get the number one pick this year. You would take Paige over Caitlin?
Absolutely.
Brianna Chicken Fry. No, Brianna Miller. Brianna, the one who's won all the titles.
Does Caitlin Clark need a championship to be considered one of the greats in women's college basketball history?
Yeah, she does. I think so.
Gina Ariema. Nobody wants to give this girl her flowers. Caitlin Clark. Listen, are you people stupid? Jason Williams saying you can't be an all-time great till you win a title, even though she's on a team that isn't as talented as 90% of her competition.
I am unwilling, and maybe it's more the Kobe mentorship around me, to say that she is great. Yeah.
How stupid are these other women, though? How dumb, how hating are they? What about the woman who was at some press conference? I guess she was like the all-time leading scorer back in the days of black and white TV and horse and buggy. So like my record to get broken because I played with a man's ball. We didn't have a three-point line.
I'll just go ahead and get the elephant out of the room. I don't think my record has been broken because you can't duplicate what you're not duplicating. So unless you come with a men's basketball and a two-point shot, hey, It's
not our fault you're fucking 100 years old. She broke your fucking record. But more importantly, how dumb are these other WNBA players who are crying, oh, Caitlin, why is she getting off? She's elevating her game. Yeah, I know. She has a Gatorade commercial. State Farm. She's the face of the game. She's going to make tens of millions on endorsement. I offer her $10 million to play in my rec league. And she puts asses in seats. People want to watch her. How don't you get that's elevating all of you that nobody really fucking cared about? It's elevating you to a stratosphere. Take advantage of it. We watch Caitlin play. We see you play. If you're great, these games are great. We keep watching. Your paycheck goes up. Everyone makes money. Instead, you're hating her and ripping it down. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. It's not just black, white. It's jealousy. It's woman on woman crime. It's fucking jealousy. UConn, and I'm rooting for the men, but you UConn women, shut up. Give her her flowers. She's helping you. More people are watching her than ever watched you. So shut up and root for greatness. It's helping the whole game. Wake up.
Let me get rid of that. Yeah. Reason why and that's Dave Portnoy. That's like 3 years ago, a couple of years ago, that he's already had set that tone of talking around Caitlin Clark. And the reason why that's dangerous to have that tone is because he has a huge following. People, I mean, he's the head of Barstool Sports. That's one of the biggest media outlets that talk sports. So he's a voice of influence. So, but the biggest part is he's talking like just an average. I'm an average fan. So we're supposed to take your word over all those people that you name who are experts, especially all the former players, those who have played on the ultimate. You're questioning Diana Taurasi, Breanna Stewart. So I'm supposed to take your word over them? It's not jealousy. This is what I'm talking about. I think that the media confuses what Caitlin Clark has done for the game of basketball, which on that part, let's give Dave his credit. I'm not oblivious to it. He's right about that. Caitlin Clark has brought extra eyes to the sport. That's fine. We're not talking about that. But when we talk about when players in the WNBA have ranked her the 9th best player or 9th best guard this year, it's because she has. Because they are the ones that are in the game. They're looking at it from a basketball point of view. Caitlin Clark wants to be treated like a basketball player. That's all she wants. So her peers are treating her like such as a basketball player. It got worse. It gets worse. Dave Portnoy, he is a moron. So that's why he's the wrong cheerleader for this whole Caitlin Clark media craze, and it's bad. It's a bad look. But obviously, it's not going to stop. He still gets the clicks. He still gets the views. But he's sitting at, courtside at every Caitlin Clark game. So it's not Caitlin Clark. It's literally cats like him that are making it just so disgusting to hear the rhetoric around WNBA, because it's fools like him. He's no expert. He just said, I'm the average fan. I'm the average casual fan. Just captivated by her play. Now I follow her story. Okay, we get it. That's what I was talking about. Those fools who literally just all about Caitlin Clark, but they know not jack shit about basketball. Here's a guy who I thought knew basketball, and he's starting to ride this gravy train or ride this talking rhetoric like Dave Portnoy. Dick Vitale. Really? Absolute pure jealousy, he says. That's what he's saying. It's jealousy. But look what he's talking about. Oh, they ranked her the 9th best player, but he didn't mention nothing about basketball. He's talking about the same thing Dave Portnoy is talking about. Oh, be grateful, be thankful. She's giving chartered jets, more money, more this, more that. It's literally having a tone of, hey, shut the fuck up, be happy. Just play basketball. They are playing basketball, but y'all making it about everything that's not basketball. You can't have the conversation about Caitlin Clark and then just talk about the uptick in sales and viewership and money. That's great, because that's the business part. But you can't get mad when things don't fall the way that you thought they were supposed to be, because when it's talking about basketball, I talked about it last week. I would take Paige Becker. That's just me. Paige is having a great year. And I get it. Caitlin Clark has missed some time. Matter of fact, she's going to miss the Aces game on Thursday. All right? It's going to be her 4th game miss in a row. It's going to be 8 regular season games this year she's going to miss. She's missed some time. But here's the thing. It has to be about basketball with her. We know what the deal is. Coming into the season, they were making a big deal. Oh, look at her. She's jacked. She's putting the muscle on. Yeah, but she didn't do enough. Her body's already getting down because it's basketball they're playing. It's basketball they're playing. Hey, shout out to my man, Melvin Wall, Man Down Sports, man. He had something interesting to say about the situation. I want to drop his clip and make sure y'all tap in with Man Down Sports on YouTube. They are doing the damn thing. Love them cats over there. I seen their grind for a few years now. They went from, having just a few people on Facebook to they're getting, easily 10K on a Friday night. So shout out to them boys over there. Oh, excuse me, those fine gentlemen, distinguished gentlemen and ladies over there at Man Down Sports. They got a whole crew over there. So let's take a look at what Mel had to say.
And what we're seeing right now in the NBA is all the flaws that Caitlyn has is getting put on the stage for all to see, and the fans and the media are saying, well, that's jealousy. The only reason why you guarding her like that because you're jealous of her. She's not ready. I mean, she's ready because she's really good, but she's not ready to be what y'all want her to be. Y'all want her to be the best player that women's basketball have ever seen, and she's not that. And she's getting the attention like she's the best player, but she's not. And that gap between where she's at now and being the best player, in between that gap is all the players that's playing great defense and competing against her. And the media and her fans are blaming the people that's stopping her from getting to being the best player ever. They want all the obstacles in front of her to get out of the way, whether it's the NBA, the WNBA, or the competitors against her. They want all of that removed out of the way so she can have a free path to being the best player ever. And what they're telling the females is that if she's the best player ever, you're going to get more eyes watching you. So why are you standing in the way from her getting to what you call her destiny? They're saying remove every obstacle out of the way because we're watching for Caitlyn, but we're not going to continue to watch very long if we can't see Caitlyn do I'm the best stuff, I'm the best girl ever type things.
Shout out to Melvin Wall, Man Down Sports. I saw that clip. I was like, ooh, I was already going to talk about the subject, but like, I'm going to use my guys' take because I love it. I love it. I love it. And it's kind of like, damn, why? You're playing basketball. What, we're supposed to just not touch her? Not guard her? We're playing basketball. Hey, Caitlyn, just shoot. Like, come on. What are we doing? Like, you complain that, hey, the women's sport, we just don't like it because it's not as competitive as the men's. But when they want to be competitive as the men and it's against your favorite, now it's, she can't get a shout out. This, that. It's crazy. People don't talk ball. They can't. Fact is, she's shooting 39% from the field and 29% from the three and has averages 9 assists, but 6 turnovers for a true assist rate of 3. She's learning the game, and that's okay. Thank you, Bobby G, for those stats, because those are the same stats that I dropped last week. The fact of the matter is she's still learning how to play in the WNBA. All right? And for cats like Dave Portnoy, who don't know nothing, and for a guy like Dick Vitale, who you thought knew basketball, but he only focused on men's college basketball. So my thing is all of a sudden you an expert on the women's game. You ain't never cared about the women's basketball. When it came down to the women's coverage of basketball, college basketball on ESPN, you was nowhere close to any of that coverage. What are we talking about? So now all of a sudden, it's all about jealousy, and you didn't mention nothing about basketball neither. Oh, it's the chartered jets, the uptick in sales. Same thing. Come on, bro. So thank you for that comment right there, Bobby G. See, you got to talk basketball when it comes to Caitlin Clark, and if you're not, I'm not trying to hear it. We know Caitlin Clark is good, but she is not the best in the league. She's not. And that's okay. It might be a point in time that it will be her. You can be the best marketable. That's fine. People are expecting her to be Steph Curry, but no, she's Trae Young right now. All right? She's getting Steph Curry height with Trae Young skills. All right? That's what's really going on right now. That's the fact of the matter. Can she go from Trae Young to Steph? At some point in time, she probably will. It's just not right now. There's too many other great players in the WNBA, basketball-wise, that are just downright ballers, hoopers, and they will put her to sleep. She just doesn't measure up to some of the greats in the league right now, and that's okay. But when you have boneheads who don't know and aren't talking basketball, they're only looking at look at the popularity she's bringing. Look at the money. There's two sides to this sports world that we're talking about. There's the business side and the actual sport that they play. That's fine. She got the business part. That's fine that she brings in that. We're not denying that, but you can't confuse that part for that part. It's not the same. Yin and yang, baby. Yin and yang. All right? Come on now. So some of y'all media heads, y'all got to do better when y'all be talking about Caitlin Clark. If you're not going to talk basketball about it, let's keep it down, because the real ones who've been around watching WNBA for a long time, you're making me sick with the bad rhetoric about it. It's nauseating. It's disgusting. And come on, let's move on past it. If you're not going to talk basketball about it, just move on. And again, this ain't her fault. She has gone out on the media time and time again. I just want to talk basketball. Are we talking about basketball? So it's not Caitlin's fault. It's y'all fault. Media, do better. Come on now, tighten up. Shout out to Paul George. He had Paul Pierce on his podcast, and they were talking about the obviously the Halliburton injury, that situation, and then I'll play KG's part in a second. But kind of similar to what I was talking about last week, is crazy how back in the day they played more, but they weren't getting the salaries that these cats are getting now. I mean, SGA just got $71 million a year. What? Fully guaranteed. Come on, man. He gonna buy all the weird parachute pants he can die in. I'm trying to tell you. He gonna take the whole rack. Matter of fact, he got enough money to buy the whole company. Hey, parachute pants company. Ooh, you belong SGA company now. I mean, good Lord, 71 million. I know what I'm about to do. Me and wifey gonna make a Sunday night, because we about to put a basketball in the son's hands right now. Listen here, fathers. Soccer, basketball. All right? And I'm talking about European soccer. Go on over to Europe. Don't come over here and do it. Go over to Europe. European soccer, big money. NBA, big money. Just trying to tell you, though, just a little tidbit. All right? Just a little tidbit. Just letting you know. But they weren't getting the same kind of salary back then, but playing a lot more. Now, in this day and age, we're having a problem with our superstars being available. You know, Joel Embiid's, the Zion Williamsons. You're getting the money, but they playing less. I think that's backwards. It's different. So what's going on? And then we're talking about all the Achilles injuries just this year. All right. So how is this happening? PG, Paul Pierce, they might have a solution.
Why do you think that's such a common injury for the NBA now?
KG made an interesting point. He was like, they don't practice no more. What year did you come in?
2010.
What's the difference from, like, think about it, early 2010 and 11 till now?
It is the practice. I be pushing the coach like, yo, we need to practice more. When I came in the league, I understood what that did.
For the season?
For the season. Yeah, it was tough during the practice days. Yeah, it was tough. It was a grind. But when we got in the games, it was easy.
You have to be at a certain level, be in shape. Think about it. You don't practice for 2 days and you just go straight into a game going 110. Like your body cold. Like the way you practice every day is like, it's going to help your condition for play. If I just get up right here and just go hoop, I'm going to strain something.
When you say like not practicing, are you literally just not doing anything for a couple days? Or are you wanting just, hey, more like live game speed practice?
If we're going to be here for 30, 45 minutes, let's touch up. Let's get something out of this. It's a waste of time to be here for 45 minutes and we just, you know, kind of walking through. Who we playing, they ain't
walking through nothing.
But then when it's in games, you wonder why falls in the crack because you point switching all the time. And then you get in the games like point switch, but we ain't even close to even point switch because they going faster than what we expect. I think it do need to be a little bit more emphasis on like actually getting something out of practice.
Did you know PG is the only player that's playing from his draft class?
Still in the league? That is crazy.
Hey, man. That's PG, who's been in the league for a minute. Brings it him and Paul Pierce bring up a great point. How do you not condition your body? If the game speed, when it's game time, 82 games of it, is so fast paced, but you're not simulating that, you're not going to be ready for that. I just think that's just general, you know, biology, physiology, whatever you want to call it. Somebody help me out with that. You know, I'm a street smart motherfucker. I ain't necessarily book smart, but I ain't no dummy now. So it's that's what that. Come on, knowing your body. I talked about it last week. Say what you want about LeBron James, but the NBA is talking about trying to shorten the season, but it's so confusing. You want to talk about shorten the season, but you add in a mid-season tournament that has no bearing on anything in the regular season. So make that make sense. You want to shorten the season, as in one of your quote unquote, hey man, yeah, we should shorten the season. That might help us out with you know, these injuries. I'm not sure. You wildin'. You wildin'. What I'm just saying is like I'm confused. How do you not see that the blueprint of longevity is right there in LeBron James? Love him or hate him. I'm not a big fan of him, but you can't knock his IQ, his basketball IQ, and you can't knock the fact that the guy is longevity. How has he managed to stay away from catastrophic injuries? And come on, man. How? He's been relatively durable, bro. Like 20 plus years, 40, 41 years old. And we're talking about how do we stop this injury situation? Well, go ask LeBron. I think he got a little blueprint of something. Something's working. Holla at him. You know, he talks like he says all the time, I'm big on growing the game. This is your time to, you know, help the game grow. Help it grow right here. I'm just confused on you're getting paid more, but you're playing less. The salaries is out the roof, astronomical. Here's what KG said.
I think that the today's NBA player, they do play at a fast rate, but I don't think they're in a tip-top shape. I don't think these players today, I think they're in shape until they talk to motherfuckers that's in shape. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think the league is in the type of shape that you need to be in the type of shape to play at this pace. I think they think that, and if anybody knows the body, your calves are your brakes. You know, your calves are your brakes. And the one thing that supports the calves is your Achilles. So if your calf is the first thing to shut down, you have to think about how things are built, right? I watched all of the tapes of Cole, Tatum, and Hallie. When you watch how all three of them poured their shit, they poured it the same way. Pump fake, and you used to pump fake like this. I used to pump fake with my whole body, meaning that I would show you the ball. Paul, Cole, Tracy, when they would give you something because they was wings, they can give you a pump fake from here. It didn't even have to be a dramatic, but they were so like, I don't think for some of the.
My bad. He was talking about Cole, Tracy. I don't know how this Kobe and Tracy McGrady talk. Sidebar real quick. I don't know how this conversation got crazy started. I don't think nobody meant anything by it, but if y'all ain't got Kobe as one of y'all greatest players of all time, something wrong with you. Okay, that's a biased take. All right, my bad. Come on.
In their workout, bro. We used to end a workout, especially on a leg day, calf raises. This is how I'm speeding up. This is how I'm stopping. This is my whole wiggle. If your calves ain't here, and on top of whenever I go to finish, I gotta be athletic enough to finish, right? Bro, when you start breaking that down, I'm watching how the technique of that, man, that is, to me, I'm watching, when you are working out and the coach gives the ball back to you to reset, he gonna tell you to get in 2 or 3. Bro, all this technique means something. First time, you know when you break technique? Man, when you get tired. When you get tired, I start standing up. Technique breaks down. I ain't showing it hard. I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? So when I watched it, man, they all 3 playing it the same way. And to me, yeah, that's what I saw. And they all popped the same way.
Like, this is what Ticket talking about, that they out of shape. We practiced every day. We went up and down every day.
Like a game.
Like a game. So we 5-on-5 pretty much the whole season.
With drills.
With drills. And so now they come in and they doing a lot of individual work.
With a trainer.
You know, so a lot of our shit was game speed.
Hey, the ad libs from KG with a trainer is crazy. But real quick, that point right there, that the practice schedule, and like Paul George had mentioned, he was like, yo, obviously him being around the league and seeing the transformation in it, you know, he's like, yo, it's the practice. So again, LeBron has a blueprint. Some of these guys are bringing up excellent points, and I'm not buying into that it's the shoe thing. I might be wrong. I need to see some scientific facts for that. I'm not buying into the shoe, quote unquote theory on that. But let's be honest. If you're not getting your body set up for that, like, practice makes perfect. You always got, it's the same thing in football. You got to practice. You got to simulate it. You can't half-ass that shit. Practice is always about it. I mean, for instance, y'all, for those who don't know, I got a background in culinary, all right? And so when I went to culinary school, the first thing we learned was some of the basic shit that, like, you would ever do, all right? Literally, it was called soup, stocks, and sauces. And what you did in that classroom is literally cut vegetables so you can get your cuts down and uniformed to a certain size, and make soups, make stocks and sauces. Literally just the basic shit you can do. And you just practice it over and over and over and over and over again until you get 7 days to do it. And on that 7th day, to pass the class is literally everything that you just practiced for the last 7 days, and you just replicate it one more time. And that's just what it is. You practice, and you just keep doing it and keep doing it. You're going to fuck up, but you got to keep doing it. You keep doing it. So then you learn from what how did I fuck it up? How do I learn? All right, now that I learned it, keep doing it. Keep doing it. And you literally, that's all you do for 7 days straight. And you just got to replicate it one time for the teacher on that last day. So translate that to sport. They're talking about the rate. And Jay Williams, I played that clip last week. They're talking about they're getting 110 possessions. The rate, just up and down, up and down. Okay. You got to replicate that. Y'all remember Coach Carter, Samuel Jackson? Remember when he first took over the team? They didn't do nothing, no drills, no nothing basketball related. They just ran. Go back and watch the movie. That's all they did was run. Just run. Run up and down. Boop, 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 boop. That's all they did. And remember the first game they played, or the first few games they played, they really weren't winning, but they was like, well, coach, what do we do? He said, do what you've been practicing. He said, well, all we've been practicing is running. He said, run. So their pace of play was just crazy. They was wearing teams down. So if you're having a fast pace in that NBA as a whole, but as a whole, the whole NBA is not practicing that same pace of play, going to break down because you're not going to be able to keep up. I think that's some of the answers is right here, y'all. That's again, I like to listen to the people that did it.
Right. With a trainer.
And then in the summer?
At half speed.
Right.
For 30 minutes.
Right.
And then they're going to go play a 2-hour fucking game and think they're going to play.
In the summer, we played ball.
Ball,
We
hard.
played 5-on-5.
For 7 hours.
In the summer, they individual work every day.
For 30 minutes. With one trainer.
Yeah.
And think that's going to be the same shit. Like, what are we talking about
ain't
here?
the same.
Bro, motherfucker do a whole workout an hour by himself. I come in here, it's 5 niggas in one workout doing 30 minutes. Bro, this is not the same shit, bro.
No.
Then he gonna go run Red Mountain and try to kill himself.
Yeah, that's why I wanted
Come
to
on,
bring
man.
up. Ticket, you had a pretty, memorable...
We. Just because you didn't
Yeah.
see this nigga killing himself don't mean he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
But should more players kind of implement resistant bands, training in the sand, dunes, things like that you guys did in the offseason?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Now, I was just gonna say those things implemented when you in the fourth quarter, and I gotta guard you. I gotta guard a Tracy McGrady. I gotta guard a real nigga in fourth quarter, and I'm tired of my legs done. How do I simulate that? I gotta go play against people like this, and then I gotta take my body and try to kill it. Because when you, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. This is what them motherfuckers don't tell you about game 4 or game 5 or game 7. When you in mud and they come down to LO and they call in a triangle, you gotta stop LO from Lloyd, and I'm stuck in mud and my legs ain't even, and then, you know what I'm saying? And then I get to the huddle and 3-4 niggas is falling out. Motherfuckers don't wanna play no more. Like, bro, you can't simulate this. This is the foxhole you in. So you try to put yourself in simulate. He would go to, what's the dunes you go to?
Oh, yeah, the dunes over there in Manhattan Beach.
I'm going to the opposite dune where it look like a whole mountain. Yeah. He doing that when I'm doing this one. We both talking shit about what it take to get to the top. He talking about how he threw up. I talking about how I threw up coming down. He threw up on the way up. Like, Lord, who training like this? And why y'all training like that? Guess what? We get to the fourth quarter, we looking fresh. We dapping. Yeah, nigga, you remember that?
Right.
Yo, what you nigga, let's get him in. Like, yo, I'm talking about, you feel what I'm saying? So that's what we doing. So even though I know my dog ain't whatever, when we get into gym, you see who, man, it just makes so much sense. You see who been working on their shit. And, and it looks obvious. Like, you're like, oh shit, boy, I see you got that. Yeah, man. I'm working with the bands. I'm in, yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what you're doing this for.
Yeah. Hey, man, shout out to Big Ticket and PG, man. Hey, it's different times. I think the NBA has the answers right there. Stop with the saying you need to shorten season. If you're talking about shorten the season, then get rid of that in-season tournament that ain't worth a damn. If you're going to shorten the season, all right? Let's be real, all right? You don't need Adam Silver. You don't need no AI. You might need an Allen Iverson, but you don't need an AI to figure out the situation because, like I said, this was probably a weird year that so many injuries like that happened. I never seen that many Achilles injuries, the same injury in the same year to so many different. Never seen that. That's crazy. So I know they're probably just want to get ahead of something and just don't think like, oh my gosh, we got a problem on our hands. So there might be some prisoner of the moment from Adam Silver, like, oh my gosh, we got a Achilles problem. What is going on? But maybe it's not. Maybe it's a practice situation. I mean, y'all already built in rest days. Y'all got literally access to some of the best sports medicine and sports science in probably the whole world. Come on. You have it all. You're sponsored by one of the leading sports science companies in Gatorade. You trying to tell me you can't? Y'all ain't been lab rapping these boys, huh? Y'all ain't been, Hey man, let's get the scientific numbers on the actual body. What's going on? You got access to it? I'm confused. All right. Okay, NBA. All right. But Adam Silver, that's your league, man. Hey man, handle your business as you see fit. All right. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Last topic, we got about 19 minutes left in this show, so I don't mind spending a little time on this one. But man had a mighty have fallen. And I'm talking about the Milwaukee Bucks. I mean, goodness gracious. And for me, if I'm Giannis, you got nothing holding you back. It's a small market team, and you won a championship. You've overachieved. What you've done for that franchise, what you've done for the state of Wisconsin, for the city of Milwaukee, you've done enough, sir. You can retire right now, and tomorrow they will retire your jersey. Nobody can wear 34. Don't even dare ask them to unretire it. Is lock and key. All right, that you're forever grateful. They will love you forever. There will never be a beer that you would have to pay for, a steak you would have to eat on your dime. You are good as gold. All right. But it's crazy and ironic that a teammate that just got waived was in a situation in Portland, same situation, but he did not win a championship, stayed a little bit too long than what he was supposed to. And that's Dame Lillard. All right. So as you saw your partner get waived, and your reports are saying, oh my God, you're so upset about it. I don't really, until I hear from him, I'm not really buying into it, because at the end of the day, if he's really upset, then hey, then that's your formal excuse to say, hey, man, I need a trade request. All right. You can point to that and say, hey, you're not building a championship team. You got rid of Dame Dollar, even though I wouldn't use that as a chip. The guy had an Achilles injury. You don't know when you're going to get him back. He's also on a decline, a hard decline. That's not the same Dame. All right. So here's the thing. Don't do what Dame did and stay in that small market team while you still got a lot of value to your name and a lot of good basketball, elite level basketball left in your body. You're 30 years old. You still got a elite, in my opinion, at least a good 7-8 elite years. And Giannis, who keeps himself in great shape, stays relatively healthy. Hey, if you can play at this elite level, we're having a conversation. Obviously, you won an MVP, multiple MVPs, Defensive Player of the Years. Been in MVP races damn near every year. Sir, you've overachieved. You've done enough for Milwaukee. What's left for you? How the mighty have fallen? Well, I mean, can we look at their roster right now? Here's the next point of this. Your roster is no longer that same championship pedigree roster anymore. All right. Look at their roster right now. And this is including players signed. All right. Jamari Bouye, AJ Green, Gary Harris, Andre Jackson Jr., Kyle Kuzma. I ain't even gonna say your name. But my point is, looking at some of these names, Bobby Portis, he was there. All right. There's a lot of people in here that don't got a lot of championships to speak of. Kyle Kuzma's luckily got one. That's crazy. But Giannis is pretty much, again, going to be the championship grit that's on this roster. Bobby Portis was there. Everybody else is gone. Drew, gone. Middleton, gone. Lopez, gone. Budenhauser, the coach, gone. I mean, when you look at a lot of what made up that championship team and brought so much success is no longer there. So what I'm saying is you are in a rebuild. This is a rebuild. And unfortunately, what they're putting around you is not anything that's I don't think there's nothing that's going to move a needle and say, hey, we're competing for a championship. Obviously, I might be a little bit jumping the gun because, free agency ain't done. There's some moves that still could probably be made. There's some trades that still could be made. But if I'm Giannis, I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready to look. I helped build a small market team up. You're tearing it down and you're restarting. I'm not ready to build it back up again because I'm not in that stage of my life. If I'm Giannis, I would look at it that way and say, no, there's no way you want me to do it all over again when I already done it. Look what I have done, not only as individual, but as a team. This is what we've done. This is what I've been a part of. And I can't do it again because all the pieces that was there are no longer there. They're aged out. Obviously, Drew's getting older. Middleton is, whatever's going on with him is not the same. That's not the same roster. All right? It's not the same coaching staff. Say what you want. Budenhauser did wonders with that roster. But it helped when you got a Greek freak. It helps. But if I'm Giannis, why would I want to stick around for another rebuild? For what? I literally took something that was really wasn't existent since the last time his name was Lou Alcindor. I don't even think he was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar yet when he was winning those championships in Milwaukee. He might have been. Y'all check me on that one. But still, it's like if that's the gap, and y'all have had some players, Ray Allen, some Mike Redd, had some teams in there that probably could have done some. Glenn Robinson, had some solid teams that were tough, but just couldn't break through. And it was a gap of some success with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Giannis. There was a gap. So it's kind of like, hey, man, I can't give you Mount Olympus again. I already did it, and you blew it up. Can't. Physically, mentally. Can't do it. And can we really say this about the Bucks? When you don't operate in that championship, that same mentality like you did in 2021, it's starting to show, and it's showing even at the top. Because I'm letting y'all know, this is why when I'm done with this, me and wifey making a son, because damn it, I would have loved to have gotten fired and still get $23 million over the next 5 years. Fire me. Ooh, fire me. I'm in the wrong damn field. They be like, bro, man, you fired. You all right? Hell yeah, I'm good. I got 23 motherfucking reasons not to be sad. What? Fire me. So, hey, Dane, you get time. And look, I know it is messy how it was went down or what's being reported, and that's janky. But hey, 23 million to not be part of the Bucks is okay. That's not a bad severance package, but it's not smart on the Bucks part. That's a whole bunch of just dead money just sitting there. I mean, Brian Windhurst is he had this to say about it, and I thought this was on point.
Their cap over the next 5 years. For the next, all right, I'm gonna take a deep breath here. This is mortgaging your mortgage to buy a sports car. I guess if you get the girl, which is Giannis in this case, maybe it's worth it. I just want to put into context here. The largest buyout in the history of the NBA is $31 million. And if I gave you 600 guesses, you wouldn't get it. And the only reason I know is because, as Bontemps said, we were researching this with Bobby Marks the other day. It's Bison Dele in 2000.
Yeah, and
something that hasn't happened for 25 years is a reason for that. And so that was $31 million. This is $113 million that the Bucks are now going to put on their cap over the next 5 years. For the next 5 years, Damian Lillard will appear on the Milwaukee Bucks cap sheet for $23 million, give or take, based on my, back of the envelope math here. Okay. And I've got executives texting me saying that Miles Turner isn't even dramatically better than Brook Lopez. Now, we could debate about that. Miles Turner is a excellent center who's a basket defender. He is not an all-star. So they are going to be paying Miles Turner $26 million, and they are going to be paying Dame Lillard $23 million for the foreseeable future. So this is going to basically become a $50 million salary slot so that they can hope that Giannis doesn't demand a trade.
If that ain't the most craziest thing in the world to really run your team in that bad of a that's a bad move to eat that much money between two players, one who won't be on your team and one who, I think Miles Turner is solid. He disappeared in that finals, especially was taking too many threes and was not making them. And that wasn't a good look. Good defender, solid rebounder. But, you're trying to shoot them threes and you weren't making them. You got to get back to your bread and butter, and that's getting back to the block. He didn't do that. So I didn't like that mentality from him in the finals. That was very weird. But overall, why would you financially put yourself in that predicament? You're a small market team. You don't have the finances of the Lakers, who are backed by their new ownership group that owns the Dodgers. So you know how much money they got backing them now. You don't have that benefit of being a large market team like a Clippers. Even you don't even have that advantage of being a New York Knicks, a Boston Celtics. Some of those big sports market franchises that have deep pockets. Lakers are sold for $10 billion. That's big money. Celtics sold for $6 billion. That's big money. I don't think the Bucks will be valued at that. No, you don't have that luxury of just eating $50 million for the next at least 4 or 5 years with two dudes. One won't even suit up in a uniform. So what baffles me is, and look, I get it. Probably the trade value for Dame wouldn't have been much. and that's fair. But at some point, you at least attempt, let him rehab, you know, let him fully heal. He may not play much in next year, but maybe even the following year. He's already on the books. It's a guaranteed contract. He's on the books, all right, regardless. Maybe let him play. It's been some time. He's rehabbed, and then he came back in, that would be 27. I know he will be a little older, but what if he, you know, just shows that he can still average, you know, 20, 25. That can bring his stock at least back up, that you can then say, hey, whoo. I'm just saying, like, been smart about this, because is I understand why you move off of him basketball wise because of the injury. And I guess if you feel like I feel the decline of Dame Lillard, and yes, I understand that part. So, but get some type of value. Get the business part handled. All right. Maybe the basketball part with Dame Lillard is not working out. And maybe it just wasn't working out with him and Giannis. I don't think it was working out. It just for me, something, I don't know where it was the spacing. They just didn't learn how to play with each other, gel right. Just for me, it looked discombobulated at times. I'm like, yeah, it ain't happening with these two. So if you're talking about the basketball side, it makes sense why you release him. But financial side, it's just not smart to just knowing that you still have to pay him, but he can go sign with somebody else, or after he's done rehabbing. And you know, one of those basketball sites, they quoted Chris Hayes saying it was some talk about they wanted to rehab back in Portland, and I guess some of the front office wasn't feeling that, and I guess him and his management team kind of, you know, had some words about it, and it kind of led to that situation. If that's the case, that's still shame on Portland, and it optics looks bad. It looks disgusting. But if you're Giannis, you can't sit here and say like this is something that is comforting, that your front office is willing to eat that much money, and you're not really doing or adding anything to help get towards that championship. That's crazy. There's no way you can go in that front office and say, hey, are y'all really trying to build something of championship caliber? Because this is not it. There's no needles moving. Now, granted, maybe they're banking on the fact that, hey, Boston's going to be down. Tatum. And Boston's blowing it up. You know? Which, by the way, is going to be Missoula's chance to show that he can coach next year, because when you're down your superstars, now you got to coach. You know, you look at obviously Indiana losing Miles Turner. That is a loss for them. And you know, Halliburton, you know, is not obviously I hate to assume, but it's presumptuous to think that Indiana's not going to be too hot next year coming out. So maybe Milwaukee's banking on that. But still, I don't think that's enough to coax me to stay. Because I think Orlando's going to be better. Detroit's going to be better. Cleveland's going to be there. The Knicks are going to be there. So there's 4 teams that I still think are right now we'll smack around the Bucks. That's 4 teams right there that I think will smack the Bucks. So, and some of these other teams are still trying to improve. So it doesn't move. It shouldn't move if I was Giannis to say, oh my gosh, I just got to stay here for this rebuild and just keep, you know, being almighty Greek freak and just keep the Milwaukee Bucks, you know, in the island of relevancy. That's a lot of weight to keep carrying. I don't know. And if I was honest, I don't know if I would want to mentally and physically do it all over again, even at 30 years old, in the middle of my prime. Let me go somewhere and go chase championships, so I can add some more to my legacy. I can ride out in the sunset because the money's going to be there regardless. For Giannis, it's how many more champions does he want? And if I was Giannis, and I'm at this point in time in my career, and I want more championships, you need to do it somewhere else. Learn from Dame. Don't get stuck there. You done enough for that small market team. They're gonna love you forever. But get up out of there, bro. All right. And don't let them try to persuade you and have Cuckoo Cow trying to recruit you. My projects to stay there. Nice callback. I know. Y'all, you little youngsters don't know. Anyway, we're gonna get up out of here, man. All right. I appreciate y'all tapping in with your boy. Hey, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Late starts on Wednesdays, so just bear with me because I got other projects that I'll be doing. So we gonna be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. Mark your calendars. First week of August, I will be out of town. I'll be in Texas. All right, so don't expect any shows. I am doing no podcasting. I will be in Texas eating a whole bunch of brisket, drinking a lot of beer, and ain't doing a damn thing but hanging with the fam. So with that being said, hey, go enjoy life. All right, go enjoy this weekend. Watch a lot of sports, and hey, appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know where to find me. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be nice to each other out here, man. Love y'all. Peace.
Yeah. Solid Hill TD, yes, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. We about to